Hi guys. Let me explain to you why you are addicted to drama and trauma, why you are bonding, why you are in trauma bonds, why are you creating trauma yourself. It's because your childhood was very unstable, and you might have had parents who abused you, emotional abuse, physical abuse, who were fighting and you felt guilty, who were maybe gaslighting you, maybe they were toxic or narcissistic, maybe none of it, but you are a very sensitive child and you experience lots of trauma early on, from parents who would fight, from parents who would physically abuse you or emotionally invalidate your experience. That's a lot of times what makes us feel like we are wrong, we are not worthy, we're not whole, we don't see our light, we have been invalidated, we haven't been seen, and like our emotional experience has not been validated and seen and acknowledged and helped through. So we had to deal with emotional neglect and the feeling of we are not good enough. If we don't heal that trauma, we will feel like we're not good enough for a very long time. And we will attract partner in which relationship we keep suffering abuse, emotional or physical abuse, and we will recreate our trauma from childhood because that's what we learned was love. So we think at a certain time that the abuse was not that bad, or it didn't really happen. Like for the longest time you don't really know what happened in your childhood. Sometimes it takes decades for you to wake up to, a usual question from a therapist would be, how was your childhood? And you will like, and when you say something like, my childhood was great, um childhoods can be great, but a lot of times that's not why you go to therapy, because your childhood was great. And a lot of times it was both. Like my childhood was great, but I suffered a lot. Like I never felt seen, validated, nurtured, and I have very loving parents. So parents cannot always do it right or be perfect. And I didn't experience emotional or physical abuse. But you also have to see yourself when you're a really sensitive soul and empathic and you experience lots of trauma, then like uh, it's a lot of work for your parents to make you feel seen and validated. That's sometimes when a child seems narcissistic because it's never enough, but that's just the inner thing and that you have to work on. So the narcissist doesn't work on these things, and that's why life with a narcissist, there's always negativity, always trauma, always drama, always, this person comes into your life, you don't know what hit you, because all of a sudden they already created flying monkeys, they already gossip, they already spread lies and rumors because they cannot control you, because they cannot control who you are, and they cannot love bomb you into liking them, because you already know what a fucked up person that is, being triggered by you and your light. mm. So anyone who's able to be with that narcissist loves trauma, and either because they want to fix and heal and rescue, or they want to or they are narcissistic as well. And that's the trauma bond between two people there. Because when your childhood was always abuse, trauma, and so on, and you never healed it, and you thought it was love, that's what you carry on when you're grown up, and you recreate the same relationships. You are the same kind of, for example, your parents would abuse you physically, that's what you do to your child. That's why sexual abuse, that's, some people who got sexually abused by their parents do the same to their kids, and some start a petition or start a charity work against sexual abuse. That's the same with empath and narcissists, who have a lot of times the same kind of trauma. I'm not enough. So the empath is like, okay, I have to overgive, I have to give myself away, I have to help, rescue, save, heal others in order for me to feel okay. And the narcissist is like, okay, I'm never enough, fuck this, I'm gonna manipulate and control everyone around me in order for me to feel okay. That's the same with the abuse. Like, you were sexually abused, you thought your parents did the right thing, you thought your parents loved you, so you think it's love, so you think it's normal, and then after maybe sorry, I have to start driving because of a police guy checking my ticket. So yeah, and some people think it's love. When you get sexually, because it's your parents, you think they love you, you trust them, they are your everything, and that's why you, when you grow up, sometimes still think they loved you. But parents who abuse their children are demons from hell. And then sometimes when parents tell you, I just want your best, and I just want to protect you, and I want your best, I want to protect you, sometimes they really don't want you to succeed. And that's a really good waffle. We call it waffle. So you think your parents loved you, so you think, that's funny. Before I needed to go to the gas station, and now it says I still have enough. That's weird. But why are you in the trauma bond? Why do you feel addicted to the partner who keeps being toxic and keeps abusing you? Because you think it's love, and because you think you have to stay with them to heal them, to fix them, because you think you love them. And maybe you do. Like, love is really a weird concept and strong, but it's not good for you to, like, sometimes we have to understand between the difference between, okay, I love them, and that's great, and I love them, and because we love a lot of people sometimes, but it's not always good. Like sometimes we have to, how do you say, I needed to hate you to love me, I needed to lose you to love me, I needed to, like Selena Gomez said, she needed to lose that person, she needed to hate this person in order for her to love herself. And that's a difficult balance because the empath, with every boundary the empath is setting, they feel so much guilt and shame and blame because they don't think they deserve peace, love, harmony, good things, right? That's the empath trauma. And sometimes we have to drop people even though we love them, because love is not everything. Like people will say a lot of stupid, like, it's just because I loved you. That's why you told me I was not good enough and abused me. That's why you, I don't know. You know, also, like, parents can be so cruel. Like some parents are demonic and cruel and evil, like narcissistic parents, pure evil. And they will destroy toys, they will cut your hair, they will, I don't know what kind of bullshit people do, and say it was out of love. So you grow up with that mindset that shitty things, evil, brutal, nasty, naughty, shitty things happen out of love. So you don't understand that good behavior, or like you don't understand that the behavior mirrors someone's love and affection for you. So you spend years and decades to heal that. To finally see your light, to finally know your truth, to finally know who you are, to stand in your power, in your light, in your authenticity, in your truth. And people always, from distant or from in person, will always tell you it's not okay for you to be who you are. It's not okay to show your gifts and talents. It's not okay to speak your truth. It's not okay to set boundaries. It's not okay to stand in your light. It's not okay to be authentic. It's not okay to speak up. It's not okay to say no. It's not okay to get healing, help, support. It's not okay. You don't deserve that. Blah, blah, blah. It always comes from narcissistic, evil, ignorant, asshole-ish people. And the narcissist sees people like you and thinks, she doesn't deserve that. I do. And they don't see how much you worked for your healing, for your light, for your truth, for your authenticity, for your shine, for your talents, for your abilities, for your potentials. Maybe you didn't work for all the material things you have because you are privileged to live in a family you can afford things. But maybe your karma was good. And even though, like, who are you as a narcissist to tell people what they do and don't deserve. That's narcissism again, right there. Who are you to tell people you don't deserve that, you do deserve that, I deserve that? To walk around and tell people what they do and do not deserve. That's fucked up. Why are you in trauma bond? Because you think it's love. You think messiness, trauma, the opposite of peace, tranquility, calm, joy, love, ease, God is love. You learned all the, like, you basically have to switch all of your whole world's view about what love is and not is not. You have to shift your whole perspective about what love is and what it is not. You basically have to completely toss out a belief system. Ooh, I feel excited and anxious and weird around that person. Not love. I say it again and again. It's not love to feel irritated, anxious, scared, nervous around someone. When you are into someone, you should feel basically maybe something like, I want them to find me attractive too, because that's normal, that's human. We are social beings, we are not an island. We want to be seen and also found attractive. But it's not the thing where we go against our whole truth, alignment, belief system to please someone else, to be liked. That's the complete opposite of how it works. People always think, I have butterflies. The butterflies are your anxiety around this person because you're scared that you're not enough. The guys I found really attractive in the end were those, when I would look at them, I would be like, nah. Maybe I wouldn't care. Maybe I would find them really unattractive. And when I would turn off the light and would smell this person, I would go insane because of the smell of someone. I would smell someone and be like, oh my God, my body feels really good around this person. It has a lot to do with intuition and your body language. Because our mind is like, ooh, anxiety. I remember from childhood being abused and I had this anxiety. So I think it's love because I must have loved my parents. But that's not it. That's not it. It's like, I don't really care about this person, but they are nice, they are friendly, we get along, we are friends. Ooh, we're friends, I feel good. We're friends, I feel at home. We're friends, I feel at peace. We're friends, I feel like I belong. We're friends, this person feels a little bit like home, even though I'm home within myself. This person feels peaceful, calm, grounding, nurturing, easy. Things are easy. Things are not difficult. Things are not like, ooh, I said something wrong. Ooh, I said something wrong. Ooh, I said something. Ooh, offended. I offended them. I offended them again. Ooh, I said something wrong. Ooh, this person is pissed. Ooh, this person is triggered. Oh, this person is like, I offend them all the time by just being myself and saying normal things people would say, and they are offended because they're highly sensitive in a narcissistic way, and they want to control me into saying different things. And you have to be so careful around them. You have to be so careful all the time. You say the wrong things. It's so exhausting. That's not love. That's at least, I mean, it can be love, but it's not love in a way that is thriving and warm and fuzzy or good. It's love that's really exhausting. And at some point, sooner or later, you get to the point where you feel like, you know what? I'm so exhausted and I don't want to feel exhausted anymore. You know what? I tiptoe around this person all my life. It's so exhausting to tiptoe around them. I'm so tired of tiptoeing. You know what? I'm so drained from like watching my words. I cannot say one sentence without them criticizing me because they feel like I offend them all the time. No, a relationship with such a person that is like highly narcissistic, highly sensitive in a narcissistic way. You know, you can be highly sensitive and like deal with it yourself. You're highly sensitive to noises, to voices, to sounds, to smells, to people, to energies, to criticism too. But the narcissist will tell you all the time that it's your fault. I had this friend, and whenever I took a picture of her, she said like, take pictures of me, take a lot of them. And I took pictures, and she never liked herself in the picture. Guess whose fault it was? Mine. She's like, Josie, are you fucking kidding me? What kind of freaking pictures do you take? And I'm like, I take pictures of you in front of that building, and you don't like yourself. You don't like how you look. And that is not my issue. I told you to smile, you smiled, I took a picture. And you didn't like yourself. Guess what? Not my fault, not my issue. Not mine to carry. Not my responsibility. You don't like yourself? Not my responsibility. You don't like your face in pictures? Not my fault. But she would always twist it around and like she thought she was ugly. Somehow it's my fault. You know, that's a highly sensitive narcissism where people think it's okay to dump their shizzle onto you, and it's okay to be highly sensitive, and it's seeming somehow it's always someone else's fault, but them if they don't like themselves, they twist it.